Pop Squad. Today we're going to be working on the Halloween Reinhardts. This one is going to be exclusive to the, I believe it was New York Comic Con. And again, this is an extremely amazing pop, so what we're going to start off with is going to be the Mighty Hammer. The Mighty Hammer. This isn't Mjolnir? I don't remember. What is Thor's hammer again? Oh, okay. Thank you. I completely forgot about that. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna work on the staff portion of this thing because, well, I want this to work good when I put it right next to my pop, and with the hands being in the way, it's not gonna look right. It's not gonna look right at all. So what we're gonna do now is we made the pop size, well, perfect size for the pop, and we're gonna put the staff right next to it. Now, I wanted to take all of Reinhardt's armor and put it all together in the pop, but it would just be like I'm taking a lot from the pop. It looked like just basically copy pasting all of it on top of it, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make this look somewhat original, and as you guys are seeing by the thumbnail in the previous video, simple sellout moments, you'll see that a lot of work went into this pop, but I'm sure you guys want to know how much work went into it. Well, without further ado, that's what this series is for. If you ever want to know what goes into every single pop I make, this is pretty much exactly what happens. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to be taking the beard from the Reinhardts, which I think this is because I did want to draw the beard. It would have took way too much work. It was like I don't do good with hair and fingers. I don't do well in that very much. So we're gonna take the beard and we're gonna basically make he kind of looks like the winter elves or whatever they're called from Thor. Guess what? Another Thor reference. Can you believe it, everybody? We're gonna cut out the mouth real quick, just so it blends well with the skin tone of my pop. So we're gonna do that real quick, gonna size it up correctly, and I believe we're just gonna copy it over just so we have the exact same details on the other side. I know it's not how this pop is, but again, we're not trying to make it look exact to the pop, we're trying to make it look best for what my pop would look like. So we're gonna change the eyes to white just so we can keep that Reinhardt look to it. Let's see, what are we doing now? I believe we're gonna start working on his armor. Now his armor was a little bit tricky. Like I mentioned earlier, I didn't know how I was gonna do this. Like, I wish I could show every single piece about this, like what tools I'm using for this project, but it's okay. It's okay. So what we're gonna do now is this is where I was experimenting. Did I want to take the whole arm? Because if I did, again, it would just look like I'm just copy pasting it all over, and I'll admit, that would have looked okay, but it's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm gonna do is I'm copying both shoulder blades, and I believe I put another shoulder blade lower into it, but I'm gonna have to find out. I'm gonna have to find out on that. So we're gonna take the center heart crest, which is basically this this lightning bolt effect, and we're gonna try to blend it into the whole design. So I painted it the blue color, just like in the chest. We're gonna take half of this and then take another half, put it directly on the other side, just so it looks, of course, like somewhat of his armor. Now, this part was a little tricky because his hand was in the way in this, and a way to avoid this, I could have just taken good pictures of it so I could get it all looking right. But no, I did the ghetto way of this, which is basically copy pasting, and it worked. It worked out very well in that fashion. So all I had to do at this point is just blur a little bit of this blue line, just so it left a little bit of more I don't know the word I'm looking for. I'm not even gonna try to know the word I'm looking for on this, but I'm gonna trim down the leg a little bit just to get them all sized up perfectly. Now, at this point, you're all thinking it's looking really good. The legs are done, chest looks good. So now we're gonna finish working on the arms. Now the arms, this is where I took it into my own spin because this isn't how the Reinhardt looks. It has the what is it? Looks like some sort of wolf on his fingers. So what we're gonna do now is just patch up those arms because I like the exposed arm. It's a real cool look. So now we're gonna take the arms right here. We're gonna copy and paste them because we've already done one. So why make another one? Now, here is where I came back to the project because there's some details I left out. And here I'm experimenting with some arms. I didn't know what I was doing there. So now we're going to refocus the hammer, and I want to try to get the arms on top of it, like one hand that's on it and the other one that's kind of under it. I did have to break it up a little bit. Like, I had to move the arm, basically had to pop his arm in place just to get it in the right position. So it was, I'm sure he's in a lot of pain right now, but that's fine. All for the greater good. Ah! Alright, so what we're going to do now is basically trim up the arm a little bit and try to get the right details in their right spot. I believe that looks good right there. We're going to take the hands, put it on the next layer so we can get just a nice look, like he's got his hand firmly on his hammer.
Firmly grasp it in your hand. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it!
Now, going back into the project, I forgot to put colors on the hats. Now, I feel, because, come on, it's basically all blue, so you feel like you had to do something with the hat to make it look more unique. I like that. I really do. Now, also came back for this because I noticed I didn't do anything with the chest. Now, this is after the video was fully rendered, and I noticed I made a boo-boo. But I hope you all enjoyed today's video. That is the Halloween Reinhardt. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and the voiceovers are back. I'm sorry, we had a few videos that didn't have the Joy of Creation soundtrack in it. Not soundtrack, voiceover, dummy! But hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Next video should be, we should be moving on to pretty much 12 days of Disney. So everybody get excited for that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.